Okay, and we are back. So, moving on. Who are you? Fukuhorn. So apparently everyone crammed in this cell over here is all in there for the same crime. Apparently they cause development problems. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds complicated. What the? Uli? We'll get out of here eventually. Here's the plan. I'll slow the guards when we go for exercises. Glooper, you group the sheriff. Good and goopy. Yes, Honey works too. Honeybee. Have Jetski, we need you to contact the Frost Sled buddy for a quick getaway. Tornado Magnet, we need you to get our grounded friends over the walls. And Compactor here is too, used to prison life, so we need him to squid. Penevy? Hey, is that guy outside the cell listening? Oh, walking bomb. You have a new target for Snitchy there. Here. Okay. And Darkman. And that's one of the Game Boy bosses up there. I want to say maybe Venus? Darkman 2? I entered the tournament in search of glory, but the challenges are unfairly skewed against me. I can't believe I can't just win by ramming into everything I see. Well, it's all about... it's all about brains, not brawn. At least that's how I think it is. 135th, what are you doing here? Geary! Shh! Don't rat me out here. Now, I'm trying to make my grand escape by disguising myself as one of the gears. What do we have? Military Training Ground by DB Sonic, with an overall score of 42.20. 250s, nearly a 60 from Patchy. Ooh, Ace did not have a fun time with this stage. Ooh. 4 Trickster tokens and 1 element. Flash in the dark again? Military Training Ground. Let's see if I can remember the stage in about a minute's time. Mega Man 3, Shadow Man, Paratroopers. Oh, you're back already? Did you? No Tornado Blow, no Spark Chaser, no Magnet Beam. Because that makes things easy, doesn't it? Oh god, you're in a bit of a... Yeah. We are on the lookout for 4 Trickster tokens in this stage. I really like the coloring of Rush Coil here, really cool. Even the weapon energy bar, very stylish. Looking. Military training facility. Hey, I actually remember. What's to the right? That's a pillar. Is there anything here? Maybe they'll be relatively obvious. Okay, you're gonna respond, aren't you? You did not. Okay. Something hidden here potentially? No magnet beam, so we can't really go up there. So that at least, in a way, limits where secrets can be hidden, because if it's an area that is not reachable by without magnet beam... What does that sound like? Wait, what? Did you just shoot the gate out of the way? Now I'm curious. Ah. I was expecting to land a little bit higher, but sure. Oh, I don't like the look of this jump. Oh. This does not feel too comfortable. Oh, oh. Alright, carefully. Ah, carefully. Oh, that is a big jump. Yeah, no. No, don't. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's tight. Woohoo! Nice job. Okay. Now that we know what you do. You almost shot me there, didn't you? Oh! Okay, so now we've seen a gimmick. Do I want to go on the top? Can I go on the top? Is that a secret? Oh. Well, there is a path there, so I'm gonna say yes. There must be a reason for it. Okay. I'm gonna say this has to be a reason why this is a path. Can I shoot? No. Oh, okay, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm so dead here. I don't think I can recover. Unless I can somehow take this enemy out in one go, but I don't think I can. I actually expected to, whatever, die kind of thing. Well, if I miss this token, I know exactly where the second one is. It had to be there. I just happened to pick the wrong route. I haven't seen anything in the stage that would warrant a 20 from a judge. That's not shit, of course. 20's pretty damn mean and low. That's a different tile. You can't just go down here. Okay, good. Wait, that's the second one. We haven't missed anything. Oh, you're in a really annoying spot. I would love that, to be honest. How high does Rush Jet put me? Rush Coil. Oh, this is a tight jump. No, my first death. I went too early. Oh, good news is, that is the second token, so there isn't actually anything where I thought there was. That's good news. No, don't fall off. What if we... Oh, actually... Yeah, much safer route. Do it. Okay. Do I trust this? I have faith. Okay. 2 tricks and tokens down. So far so good. Another one, huh? Yeah, compared to the previous stage's length, this one feels so much longer. But I know this is just a normal length. Huh. No magnet beam, so how do you want me to get in there? Ooh. Because there is nothing... Oh, actually... Oh! I thought I was gonna get squished! There is a way. Okay! I'm on my game today! I'm playing not crap, and I'm actually thinking relatively logically. Oh, I thought I was going to land on the spikes there. Maybe it's the fact I haven't played in a few days. I don't have like fatigue, although I wouldn't really have it, but... Oh, this jump does not fill me with confidence. Oh, that feels close. Okay. I like this stage. I like the platforming challenges in this stage. I really do. This is a really good stage. Even if it might not be the most unique stage. Oh wow. Well, I'm just using Rush Jet unless something's going to get in my way. I take it we're just going down. Alright, down it is. And more. And more. After all this, all tokens in one go? What's up, Eddie? Thank you very much. What do we have as the boss? Oh, falling. Okay. Is it finally boss time? Oh, it's just the metal platoon after all this. Well, got a death kit boss, which is fine. At least there was a boss. There is that much. That was a really good stage. Really enjoyed that one. I only had the one unfortunate death when trying to go for the second trickster token, but besides that, I think I played really well in that stage. And even thought logically about using Ice Wood to get to the slide area without the magnet beam. Really impressed with myself. So why the 20 from Ace for this stage? So I genuinely thought that was a really, really good stage. Mick, 42. If these are supposed to be training grounds for military robots, why are there so many Dr. Wily symbols? I don't think this level has been honest with me. Silly commentary aside, the first thing to really say about this level is that it's very focused on combat. Yeah, and I do like that. The occasional bout of platforming to avoid spike. That's not a bad thing by itself. There have been pure combat levels in Mega Man 4, and they managed to work reasonably well. Plus I do have to give some credit to the enemy variety. You don't see GSQs and Parasias together that often, and the fact that Hellmetal DX wasn't a pain in the rear in this go around is something I commend. Unfortunately, there's a reason why Mega Man rarely has levels without a few more gimmicks in the toy box. Mega Man levels by and large carve their identities through distinct aesthetics and unique gameplay. That is not present here. It's just enemies and spikes, nothing else. This level doesn't have enough going on to be memorable. Most of it just runs together into a mesh of nothing. It's not unfair or even truly all that difficult. The worst thing I can say is that the number of checkpoints compared to Spike is too harsh for my liking. Didn't feel it at all because I barely died. Otherwise, the main issue about it is that it's really hard to remember much of anything about it. Definitely not the worst thing I've ever played, but it needs work for sure. Shin 36. For a place that's meant to be a military grade obstacle course, this has now been very easy and quite boring. There's not much to talk about here, other than the sheer lack of gimmicks and the mostly basic level structure. All the enemies are introduced and laid out well, and some of the platforming around them is decent. It's not enough to really make the level feel engaging as a whole. It really could have used some gimmicks to make things more interesting. As it is now, there's very little in the stage that actually sticks out. The only really notable segment I can think of in this level is the first token room, and that's mainly due to being the one part that's actually somewhat difficult, thanks to the tight jumps and spikes everywhere. Other than that, there's not much else to discuss, other than maybe the odd banning of certain weapons here. I don't really understand the decision behind disabling Spark Chaser, Tornado Blow and Magnet View for this level. Maybe the tokens that require you to use Rush Jet would have been easier with them. Even then, I don't think that would have hurt the level as a whole, and you'd still be using a roughly similar method for obtaining the tokens. Either way, that's just my take on it though. Batchy 59. Move your leg, soldier. It's a fine short route to level. Compared to the previous one, I would not say it's short, it felt pretty lengthy, but it was just a normal average length there. Not too difficult, and it plays nicely for the most part, though it feels like the level gets progressively easier the further you go, somewhat. The amount of tricky jumps and death pits towards the end is fewer than the beginning portions. It also seems like it's much less populated. It's the most noticeable of the token side paths. The first token you have to navigate through a bunch of spiky maneuvers, while with the last token you only need to rush jet through 2 spikes that are fairly out of the way. Props for proper enemy introductions. I like the screen where you enter there are 2 parachuting enemies swooping down while you have to lure away the lob shot from the cannon. Not sure what's the deal with the enemy empty corridors before the boss, it doesn't even seem like they're there for building up tension. Also, the aesthetics don't exactly match with what the title's implying, it's merely mixing the Wily Stage tileset with a few Stoneman tiles here and there. A training ground for Wily's robots, I guess. Flash in the dark doesn't exactly scream military either. Maybe could have borrowed some assets from Commando Man. The Metal Daddy fight at the end, while a somewhat unique choice for a boss, the changes to the area doesn't really change the dynamics from the original fight in Mega Man 4. The ceiling spikes are non-relevant and the pit at the side are too narrow to make an impact. Flashman 54. One of the keys to a good level is having at least one element that's truly memorable. By the time I'd played every entry for this contest and started replaying them all, I had no recollection whatsoever of this level. That's not to say the level is bad, rather it lacks a necessary punch. The aesthetics look fine enough but don't really tell a clear story. Music and tiles from Mega Man 9 Wily 1 plus comparatively over-detailed Stoneman tiles vaguely resembling the rocks from Mega Man 9 Wily 1 equals a level that feels like Mega Man 9 Wily 1. It's a bit of a sentence. Initially, I got no sense of military or training, only a modest metal theme with Wily logos out the wazoo. In retrospect, I can see paratroopers, tanks and soldiers' helmets, but why ignore the militaristic death kit assets from Mega Man 5 and 10? I'm also unsure what the architectural goals of the level are, especially with all the boss gates and empty screens. In terms of challenges, everything is fair and introduced well, yet the difficulty and complexity never increased beyond the initial learning curve. Enemy use is safe and unremarkable, distant checkpoints and unevenly distributed health refills account for a lot of the difficulty. Things start getting interesting when spikes are involved. The first token is genuinely good, and the simple addition of the 2 floor spikes to the boss fight is an invigorating twist. Metals in the first mini-boss fight can enjoy a fall through the destructible floor to their doom, and players can join them later when mistaking a bottomless pit for the screen transition. I don't know that it was entirely necessary to disable any weapon, but it's fun to figure out how to enter the E-Tank room, which totally should have had a token. Hopefully no one will get stuck in there with low weapon energy or notice how the screen continues scrolling beyond the wall. The E-Tank room? I can't recall an E-Tank room. Okay, here we go. Ace. Why did Ace give only 20? This level doesn't do anything particularly egregiously wrong or right. It is a run-of-the-mill, rather mediocre, unpolished and fairly generic stage. What I could otherwise say here, I've said elsewhere. Well, that has to be expected, because this rather looks like a first attempt at Magman with stage creation. Let us get something straight. I'm not here to mock or be mean or cruel. I'm just a mutt who has been somewhat obsessed with this franchise for many years, but here I am. I'm going to identify and address a recurring issue throughout this contest. People using Wily stages as a reference, this is in my opinion a mistake. Probably because they're a generic laboratory, anything fits in them, and so a stage resembling the NES Wily levels is easy. The truth is, These stages are often made at the end of development, and most of the effort went to making spectacle bosses. The stages, oftentimes the developers are starting to run out of money, time or cartridge space. Old Mega Man 2, all free. There are exceptions, but interviews have mentioned this to be pretty much the case across the series. Whilst referencing Robot Master stages is a much better idea, avoid the earliest game. Still good game, but showing their age now. Mega Man 2 was developed in the dev's spare time. As Capcom, the fools had no faith in it. It's good for such an early NES game, but it shows the growing pains in developers fighting against the NES's limitations rather than mastering them. Inafune described Mega Man 3's development as particularly turbulent, and the game was basically released rushed and unfinished. They even lost all of Top Man's stage to a computer crash and had to quickly make a new one. What is this lore about the old NES games I'm learning here? Later games refined the formula, and part of the reason this franchise has kept going is continuing to try out new things in levels. For the record, if this is a first effort, the fact is basically just an unpolished Wily stage shows promise. My personal recommendation is to explore the franchise and by extension the Death Kit. There is a reason we remember the Robot Masters and their stages. That's a fair point. You remember the Robot Master stages more so than the Wily Fortress theme. I really don't think there was many faults for the stage. It's just an enjoyable stage, even if it didn't really use many gimmicks. Just the platforming challenges and the combat was plentiful here and genuinely enjoyable, and the fact I didn't die in it really made it for a fun experience. And getting all Trickster tokens in one run through, very satisfying too. Really enjoyed this one though, so great stuff. That said, I'm gonna take a quick refreshing pause and I'll be right back.